Welcome, everyone, to a piece of college football history as we crown this season's national champion. There's been so much that's gone into getting here, twists and turns, and now it builds to this, the battle for supremacy. And what a matchup this is. Two survivors of the expanded college football playoff grind, two of the top four seeds when it all began. Both sides have been challenged and pushed all year and through the playoff. Now it's time to find out who can take that final step, as we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the Colorado State Rams, taking on a squad from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here, as always, by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, everything has been building to this. It's time for the national championship. Let's crown a champion. Here we go with the kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. Oh, and he's got some space here. They get him down, but he found a good lane in that return. And so the drive starts with pretty decent field position. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? He's going to hand this off. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Boy, a nice call here to start this national championship game off with a physical run. I think this offensive line has been a strength all year long, and here they get this game started the right way.
Eludes a tackle. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
So, second down after the incompletion. Grab behind the line. It's Brown. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 37.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Caught quickly. And the Rams pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going.
When the defense sits back in a zone coverage, good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring 2nd and inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Here comes the handoff. He stopped, and he gets a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Looking for a gap. It's Henderson. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Tackled at the 8 after the completion.
Boy, wide receiver screen can be hit or miss. Either receiver finds a nice crease and picks up big yards, or the defense completely negates that. The team speed from the defense here wins that play.
There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Touchdown, Colorado State. Strong game by this quarterback. Some of the crowd hasn't even settled in. We got points on the board. Buckle up, Kirk.
I mean, this is amazing. This is exactly how you envision it, with the long layoff, the height, the pressure, all the interviews you've done, and to be able to start off with an opening drive and a touchdown, couldn't have scripted it any better.
The kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. One man in the backfield, and he'll get the football. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Quick throw caught on the left side. Breaks the tackle. Now he's got room to run. Moves his way for a first down to the 35.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside. Not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Come to the line for second down and very short now. And there's the handoff. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
The Bears pick up enough yardage to keep this drive rolling. Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Chris, just by watching this guy all year, the defense better be very careful to let this guy find that rhythm. I've seen him where he goes 5 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, and then it pops a big one. Right now, he looks like he's starting to gain some confidence here early in this game.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And now from the pistol formation. Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. Tipped and then drops. Chance to make a play, but instead it's third down.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big third down defensive play.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down.
They're going for it, but the offense needs 13 yards on this fourth down. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Trying to extend the play. He's got a lot of time. Now sends this one deep to the right. And the ball is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Chris, he's trying to find something. Nothing is there. Everything is covered downfield. He's rolling to his right. Eyes are downfield. But the one thing he doesn't see is that defender who steps in front of that to make that interception.
Second down after that run on the previous play. He's looking to scramble. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense loved to play the RPO game. And here early, they pick up some big yards.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Brown. Uses the spin move to get into the open. They'll get him, but he put the spin cycle on that defender. Wow.
Boy, really nice throw here to the slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. That's how dangerous he is after he makes a catch.
Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. And they've got him. Second down after that previous play. And they'll use the ground game here. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. And now the handoff. Will he score here? He'll be muscled out of bounds very close to the goal line.
Oh, the running back, I think he might be frustrated. He had such a great gain, and somehow he gets pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. I think he wanted to take that one all the way to the end zone.
And he will score. Touchdown, Rams. So the offense clicking after building the lead, and this one could get out of hand.
Well, it's just complete domination. The offense is executing and doing their job, putting points on the board. The defense has shown up prepared, ready to play. It just feels like this game's getting sideways in a hurry.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. So here comes the Baylor offense onto the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Now begin with a quick throw to the left. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Looking to pass here on second down. Oh, and he doesn't hang on off the deflection there. He's going to bring up a third down play.
Oh, my gosh. They almost came up with another interception. They had a pick on the last drive. They're doing such a good job of baiting this quarterback into throwing the ball into coverage and then making a play on the ball. Let's see if they can keep this going.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. On the run, going to heave it downfield. That's the 3rd pick tonight thrown by this QB.
I love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender when he throws the interception.
Play action here on first down. And the sophomore making an impact play.
There's a nice sack by this defense, something that they've been looking for. They've been on their heels most of this football game. That time they were able to get after the quarterback and bring him down. Let's see if that can provide a bit of a spark, see if they can get a little bit of momentum going their way.
He's got a man down the middle. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Second down after the incompletion. He's going to take off. Tries to get loose on the scramble, but is brought down after a short gain. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On third down, he drops to throw. He flips it to the back across the middle.
That's another positive game here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. He shreds the tackle. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
And we're able to tackle the ball carrier there.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 24. One of those line of scrimmage battles that could help decide this game. He goes nowhere on 3rd and short. I don't think he got it.
But that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. And he's swarmed by the pass rush. A sack to end this drive.
Now, the quarterback's got to get the ball out of his hands. He had a lot of time back there in the pocket, looking over the field, desperately trying to find an open receiver. Nobody's open, but he still has got to take off or try to make a play. Instead, he's sacked, and it's a turnover on downs.
Solid gain, moves the ball to the 37.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
2nd down play coming up. And here's the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, they get stuck at the line of scrimmage here. That's going to bring up a 3rd down play for this offense. And, hey, I know it's the first half. But the way this defense is playing and the fact that they have a nice lead, this is an important 3rd down to try to convert here.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. He lets it go on the move. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Offense goes to the pistol formation now. Quick throw with the quarterback off the RPO. Finding space at the 20. Tackle is made at the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal right there.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defense coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes, and this guy can fly. You see it again here. Nice catch.
Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense get pushed back.
You know, the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line. You love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. That puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
They've moved it to the 3. Now it's 3rd and goal. Give it to the big fullback here. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor. Now the try here for the extra point. PAT up and good. They get a little bit closer. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. Looks like he'll try to make a play with the return. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. The Colorado State offense is back out there now. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front. Tackle made after a solid gain. They spot the ball at the 34. The Rams will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. And at 1st down, they go right back to him. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call.
What I always love to see on these offsides call is when they're always pointing at each other. You know, he did it. I didn't do it. Put it on him. We know this time it's on the defense. They're going to make the right call.
A quick throw out left, complete. Play moves the ball to about the 45. That's good for a first down. Here comes the up-tempo offense. Handoff from the shotgun. Defense able to contain him after that juke, but he picks up a solid gain. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout. Second down after that run on the previous play. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Good enough for first down yardage.
Chris, it's the consistency of this pack is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. He'll look to throw it here on second down. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has a handoff. Moves the football to the 30. Good enough for a first down. The offense spends their final timeout of the half here to talk strategy. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. And he's got it from 47 yards away, showing off the deep range. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Rams will kick it off to begin the second half. Return starts from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the Baylor offense back out onto the field. First play of the second half is a handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
You get to the national championship, Chris, you'd love to see more balance. They've not been able to run the football the entire game, putting everything on this quarterback in their passing game.
So behind the 6, second and long from their 14. Play action fake, looking to throw. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
Well, they come close to hitting a big one here to start this second half of the national championship. And even though they missed that, I think it gives you an idea they're going to open up this playbook. You might as well leave it all on the table when you're playing for all the marbles.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Fires it to the wideout. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
Well, the defense was all over the field in the first half, and as we see here, more of the same to start this third quarter. Big question to me is, now you got a fourth down. You look at that scoreboard, you're going to start to wonder, should I go for this?
And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. Comes the Rams offense back onto the field. Had to reluctantly settle for a field goal last time out. Really want to find the end zone here. He'll hand it off. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Back behind the quarterback, aligned in a pistol. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, the lineup here for a 3rd and 7. Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Brought down after a short return, but the interception gives the offense the football at the 40.
Boy, just when it looked like they had complete control of the national championship, they turned the ball over. The only real mistake they could have made to give their opponent a chance to get back into the game, and they've done it.
Hand off for the single back. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching the game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground here. In the clear at the 25. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Bears. And now they'll set up for the point after. The extra point cuts the lead to 3, 17-14. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Colorado State offense on the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. They'll tackle him right at the 25-yard line.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
And the tailback's got it again. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down. Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. And now a carry here for the fullback. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Chris, I always get a kick out of how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You can hear the bench screaming. The crowd is screaming. Watch the draw. Watch the screen. Watch the pass downfield. Rarely do you hear them say,
oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. And they wrap him up after the completion just short of the first down marker.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
The Rams are moving quickly down the field.
Let's face it, we all want a team full of guys that can just make big plays and get first downs and touchdowns. But you know what? You got to have a big man. You can just turn it to him and hand him the ball, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Jukes, the defender, gets brought down after a solid game.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Inside the 35-yard line. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Colorado State. Another touchdown strike. You win national championships with elite quarterback play. And, Kirk, this guy's putting on a show.
I mean, this is a national championship. You imagine having this kind of performance? This is something that we'll always remember. Right now, his defense is overmatched with his ability to throw the ball and the receivers' jobs of running routes. Everything's in sync right now.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. So here comes the Baylor offense onto the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Quick throw, the catch is made. And they get him down after the completion.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
And he dumps it off to the tight end. Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
And the Bears have 1st and 10 here. Handoff to the back. He's found some room at the 45. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
There's the handoff. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Looking for some space. It's Payne. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Shotgun formation here on 3rd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Porter. Brought down to the 27. It's a first down. This offense really threatening now. 7th play of the drive coming up. They're going to run it here. Running through the tackle.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
It's an RPO. The quarterback gets it out quickly. And he's brought down short of the line to gain in what should be the last play of this 3rd quarter. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. On the run, he'll let it go. He's got it near the end zone. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a 1st and goal for this offense.
I'd love to see this team fighting the way they are. Picking up a first down on that 3rd down shows you they still believe. They still think they got a shot to come back and compete in this game.
The Bears hoping to punch it in here. They have 1st and goal. Quarterback drops back. And it's caught. Touchdown, Baylor. Lining up to try the extra point. PAT is good. They draw within 3, 24-21. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. The Colorado State offense is back out there now. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. A change of direction. He moves the ball out past the 25-yard line.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. pre-snap motion from the offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
Yeah, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. Put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first down.
Breaks loose at the 45. They tackle him, but not before he makes the 45. A solid gain. First down and 10. And the running back takes the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around.
And here comes a deep shot. Caught near the goal line. And he will score. Touchdown, Rams. That's another passing strike from this quarterback. He is having himself a tremendous ball game.
Boy, this guy just can't miss. Every single time he throws, it seems like he's coming up with another touchdown. The receivers are running good routes. He has enough time to throw. And man, this poor defense, they might want to think about changing up coverage, because right now it is not working.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's when the drive will start. Here comes the Baylor offense back out onto the field. Passing game was so effective in the last possession. Right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there, but now it's third down.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots. Get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Launching it. And he pulls in the catch. And he goes down after a solid gain. That's enough for a first down.
Hey, it's got to start somewhere. That's a nice conversion here on third down. You got a long way to go, but maybe a little momentum here. Let's see what they can do coming off that nice play.
And the Bears starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. He's found some room at the 45. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. The Bears are moving quickly down the field. Here comes the flea flicker. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. And he just throws it away incomplete. Didn't see anybody open. Going to bring out second down.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
That play makes it 2nd and 10. And the quarterback dropping back. With the catch, it's Porter.
Chris, I love what this defense is doing right now, working with a 2-possession lead, essentially telling the offense, hey, we'll give you those underneath throws. We'll allow those short gains. We're not going to give any shots downfield, and we're going to tackle you inbounds to keep that clock moving.
And they pick up the first on the ground. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
Good job up front by that offensive line, getting a good push to be able to allow the back to pick up this first down. This is an important drive for this offense. Now that they got a first down, They can open up this playbook and keep attacking this defense.
The pocket breaking down. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Pressure is coming. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time.
That ball just seemed to sail on. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Escapes the pocket. Finding some room at the 25. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
Defense cannot get off the field. The long drive continues. Single back takes the handoff. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here.
Another positive gain by this back. I'll tell you, between the offensive line sustaining blocks and this back's vision and ability to explode into that second level of this defense, this guy is having a monster day in the biggest stage of all in the national championship.
He's moving out of the pocket now. And that's the 2-minute warning here. This offense desperate to cut into this lead and then try to get the football back. And he throws it away. A smart choice that time, but it will bring up third down. Crucial third down coming up in the red zone. Can he keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Can he make it to the marker? Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Kicking team out for the PAT try. And the extra point gets him within 3, 31-28. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And the receiving team makes the recovery. The hands team does its job perfectly. Here comes the Rams offense back onto the field. Crucial possession here. This game just got tighter. 3-point game, final quarter. What will the play calling philosophy be here? The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. The back behind the quarterback now in the pistol. A pop pass on the jet sweep. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move his sticks. More than enough for a first down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And they'll just try to run some clock here, keeping it on the ground.
Well, this defense is going to have to mix up some looks because this back has had a monster day in the national championship. Running inside, running outside. The defense has got to do a good job of locking in on him to negate his big play ability.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the fullback gets in on the action with the carry. And tackled after a small pickup there. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Now it's third and short from the 22. You expect this is 4-down territory. Let's see what they do on third down. They'll try and run it with the fullback. Stout defense. They stuff it from this angle. I don't think he got the first down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Leading here in the fourth quarter, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to stretch the lead and keep possession. Gives it to the back. He didn't make it. Stopped short. That is a crucial turnover on downs here in this tight football game.
I mean, I hate to second guess here, but why in the world with this lead wouldn't you just punt the ball away and allow your defense to ice this football game? This now gives this offense great field position and a chance to really take advantage of it.
First play of the drive, we're going to throw the football. Wow, a third pick tonight by the QB.
I get wanting to be aggressive, but down late in the game like this, that's a throw you just can't make. And now, you're probably not going to get the ball back. This could end up costing them the game.
First down here for this offense. Looks like the quarterback will just take a knee here. And that'll do it. We have a national champion. They're the last team standing at the top of the mountain for national champions.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time. And as you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national champions of the year.
Well, that's it. Dramatic punctuation to another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. They are official. Your kings of college football and national champions, the Colorado State Rams.